Hey YouTube, I hope everybody's having a great day, and I wanted to touch a subject that I've been thinking about a lot actually in the past couple of weeks. And today's going to be a little bit different from what I usually do. Usually I've got pages of notes so that obviously you can see there's nothing here, so everything that I say in this video is just going to be completely improvised and from the heart. The only thing I've got to help me is my cup of coffee. So I think staying determined in anything, whether you're a writer, actor, whether you're a manager at any sort of store, really anything, it's important to stay determined and focused. And I get that sometimes life hits you hard. You'll get thrown all sorts of curveballs. Believe me, I know I'm right there with you. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with that sort of thing, and uh, it baffles me. This thing about the human race. We on one hand we've got people who have horrible diseases like leukemia and Parkinson's, and they're the happiest people on the planet, and they make something of their lives. And then you've got others who are healthy and have everything they could want and have a decent job, and yet they do absolutely nothing with themselves, and that sort of thing. It bewilders me how you can have one individual with all these things that are physically or mentally wrong with them, and yet they're like, well, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fantastic. I love my life. And then you've got someone who has almost no reason to be a Debbie Downer or a crybaby, and yet there they are wasting their life away. Um, there was a guy that I used to work with that was in his mid 40s, and I worked at a bottled water factory, and he was in his mid 40s, like I said, and he just was doing this job that was meant for somebody half his age, and he's in his mid 40s and doesn't hadn't made anything of himself. He still lived with his mom, and I get it when people live with their parents to help support them, and I get that as we get older, our parents get sick and we need to step in. But this guy's like, I love him to death. He was a nice dude, but he just didn't do anything with himself. He didn't live with his mom because he just wanted to be lazy and do nothing. And he'd talk about wanting to be a football coach, and I was like, you should go to school for that. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are, you still have something to offer. And if you have missed out on life your entire lifetime, then it's time to start cracking. Because really, the average human being really only lives to be 70 or 80 years old. I mean, there's obviously exceptions, and then there are others that will pass away as young as 20 because of disease, an accident, or God knows what else. And it's just a weird thing. Um, how it's like really we need to think outward more. I think we need to think about others and how our actions affect others. And it's like we're always self-centered, and I mean not everybody. I mean, God knows I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I know absolutely everything about everything, but I've learned a thing or two in my 24 years of being on this planet. And the big thing is I had the absolute honor of dating this incredible girl, and she she had been suffering from leukemia for about 5 years, and And the year and a half that I knew her as a friend, and then the 5 months that we dated, she was just the most positive and energetic person that I'd ever met. And so I was just wowed because here this individual was somebody who could hardly walk and had every right to be upset and every right to hate their life, and yet every day was something special for them. And and she saw the world differently from everybody else, and it it, it was a shame when she passed away. And I mean, it's I'm thrilled that she doesn't have to have uh, regular doctor's appointments anymore, and no more hospital, no more pain. And uh, I could have chosen to let her passing hit me hard, but I let it drive me, and I still do it. Like, God knows I miss her sometimes, but really, when I'm writing, when I'm dancing, working, whatever, I see things a little bit differently. I've always valued my life and others' lives, and I've always known how special all of this is. And the thing is, now that I got to know this amazing individual, I I get more annoyed with people who complain so much about menial things, and it just gets to me, and I wish I could let it go, but it does something to you when you see somebody that you care about go through such an ordeal with such grace and confidence and light. And it's like, my girlfriend lost her life at the age of 21, and the reason that I keep going, well, part of it anyway. I mean, I've got a fantastic support system from my family and friends and coworkers, but she was a rock, and she was somebody that whenever I feel self doubt or wonder if I even should bother being a writer, I always think back to her. She is it's fantastic, and she's not the only person on the planet that's like that. I've gotten to meet a lot of people like her, uh, you know, through knowing her, and it's amazing. And if you ever doubt that there are people out there that are strong enough to handle these sorts of things, don't. I mean, it's a big world. I think for every uh, whiner baby or naysayer, there's two that are the exact opposite. There's two to replace them by the exact opposite. I think there are more human beings that are worthwhile than the ones that aren't, and it's a shame. I think it's a damn shame, and I think a lot of people are afraid to admit that they're like that, and they're afraid to look inward. And it's okay to have flaws. If I have my weak moments where I get angry or upset about just the dumbest things. It's like life is full of hurdles and setbacks. That's the whole point. That's the entire game. I work a part-time job, and sometimes I have to step up and work a little bit more to help them out. That's just part of it. I mean, whether you go to school, whether you're uh, doing something bold like being an author or an actor, there are gonna be hurdles, and you gotta be mindful of that and how it affects you, because I mean, you can let it affect you negatively, and then you get hit by a bus on the way home, and then it's like, well, shit, I spent the whole day being grumpy and feeling sorry for myself, and I wasted those hours, minutes, or whatever just being a dick. And I think we need to be more aware of our mortality, and um, and if you're like, I realize that not everybody has a great support system or a great role model. I've been lucky to have all of those. Everybody's been extremely supportive of of my writing. Even complete strangers are like, awesome, you're an author. I think that is so cool, and it blows me away every time. It's like, I'm just wowed by how much support I've had, because a lot of people don't have that sort of support. And if you don't, and you're listening to this, I absolutely believe you. Whatever your path is, unless you're like an octopus whisperer, that's kind of weird. But if you whatever you love, it's part of who you are, and you should let that guide you and drive you. Don't give up on your dreams for anyone else, or because something happened. And not everything is going to go perfectly. Not at all. It's never going to go exactly as you plan, and that's not a bad thing. Every opportunity is a chance to learn something new. Even the big mistakes that you have in your life, that's a chance to evolve. If we didn't evolve, we wouldn't have great technology like the split phone, or uh, we wouldn't figure out how to turn beans into this fantastic liquid. But just stay hungry, everybody. Stay focused, and try to spread a little bit more positivity. You can this is the only planet we've got. I know everybody's excited about uh, traveling to other worlds, but how we act and what we do affects others, not only just ourselves but others. And I think that's another thing that we forget a lot. So just try to keep that in mind. I'm not trying to put anybody down. I I just wanted to say something because it's important to me. It's an important subject, and I think it's something that we don't get to talk about because we're so caught up in what happens in our everyday lives. It breaks my heart when I see somebody who's unhappy, and they either just allow themselves to be stuck, or God forbid, they take their own lives. It's like this. That's never a good path to go down. It's never okay to just give up. Um, Everybody has so much to offer, and I'm a Boy Scout. I don't care. I've never cared what people think. So neither should you. I mean, you should be your own individual person. You should be who you want to be. We are who we choose to be. So try to spread some goodwill today. Maybe pat yourself on the back for working extra hard. Uh, Enjoy the little things, just like they say in Zombieland. Enjoy the little things. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, whatever tickles your fancy. Bye.